Welcome to Better Said Than Written, the podcast that shares inspirational excerpts from books, essays, poems, and quotes that when read aloud just sound better said than written. I'm your host, Tamika Cody. There are two sources of goals: goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation. That line can be found in Chapter 9 from the book Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. The book was trending for a while in 2024, and I gave into the pressure to buy it. It's a quick read, 94 pages, but it took me a few weeks to finish because I was overthinking. I kept thinking about the goals I set throughout my life. I shared my thoughts on how that piece of advice resonated with me on my TikTok account as the journalist who cooks. When I hit the record button, a small still voice encouraged me to share one of my most vulnerable journal entries. Take a listen. I've been feeling compelled to share a little bit more with you about what I learned when it comes to creating goals out of inspiration versus creating goals out of desperation. As you know, in my previous post, I talk about a little nugget that I found in this book. I want to read a couple of lines to you to give you more clarity, but before I do, I want to read from my makeshift journal once I realized this revelation. August 16th, 2024, Friday. After several months of reflecting on my life, I came to the realization I chose a career out of desperation. Desperate to have financial freedom. Desperate to take care of my children and myself. Desperation to prove my non-nurturing mother wrong. Desperation to simply survive. I came to this realization while reading Don't Believe Everything You Think, and despite the title, I really needed to give this some thought, deep thought. As long as I could remember, everything I strive for was out of desperation. Whenever something or a thought inspired me, I found every excuse not to pursue it, or I just let the inspirational ideas sit in the box of procrastination. Mainly because I shared my inspiration with people who talked me out of it. And for those who said, "That's a great idea, you should do it," I stopped dead in my tracks because I didn't want to fail. Today, my children are independent adults, and now I only have myself to take care of. In my big age, I do not feel desperate anymore. But since 2021, I've been in a phase of stagnation. There are moments when I feel inspired to pull myself out of the dark hole, only to get my heartstrings caught on a root that pulls me back down. Now, I'm looking for inspiration to help me move forward. I have a list of ideas and thoughts that inspires me. That was a lot to share. I wasn't even going to share that last part, but I thought it was important to provide context. All right, so on to Don't Believe Everything You Think, and this part right here that had me pondering life all day yesterday. There are two sources of goals. Goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation. We've already talked about this, right? When goals are created out of desperation, we feel an immense sense of scarcity and urgency. It feels heavy, like a burden. We may even feel daunted by the colossal task we've just committed ourselves to. Imposter syndrome and self-doubt begin to manifest, and we always feel like we never have enough time for anything. We go about our lives frantically, desperately searching for answers and ways to accomplish our goals faster, always looking externally, never feeling enough or that we can never get enough. Worst of all, if we achieve our goal within a few hours or days afterwards, all of those feelings of lack begin to resurface. We start not feeling content with what we have done, unable to savor our accomplishments, And because what we did never feels like it's enough, we feel the same way about ourselves. Not knowing what else to do, we look around for guidance externally to see what others are doing and see they're continuing to do the same thing. Thus, we proceed to set another goal out of desperation in an attempt to escape all of the negative feelings gnawing away at our souls. When we dig a little deeper into the type of goals we set, they are all typically means goals and not end goals. In other words, the goals we set in this desperation are all a means to an end. There's always a reason we want to accomplish the goal, and it's always for something else. For example, we want to create a multi-million-dollar business because we want financial freedom, or to quit our jobs and to escape the stress and anxiety that comes with it. We want to feel like we have to do these things instead of want to. Goals created from desperation are typically realistic and created from analyzing our past and what we think to be plausible within that moment. It feels very confining and limiting. Although these goals and dreams may excite us in the moment, as soon as we begin to try to create them, we feel a lack and are desperate to bring the dream to life. Paradoxically, if we achieve a goal created out of desperation, we end up feeling even more empty than before. The next logical thing we tend to do is to set an even bigger goal out of even greater desperation to hopefully make us feel whole inside. This is how most of us set our goals and live our lives. Here's the good news. It's not your fault you set goals that way if you are, and there's a way out. It's through creating goals and dreams out of inspiration instead of desperation. Now, friends, TikTok fam, I don't know about you, but I could only speak for myself. I have truly, as long as I remember what I wrote here, all the goals that I have ever set for myself was out of desperation. But like I said, I no longer feel desperate. I no longer feel afraid. I feel free, actually. Now, that doesn't mean that your kids have to be grown and out the house for you to feel that way. This is just what worked for me and when it came to my realization, because it was something that I really, really needed to do to make sure that I was taken care of so I can take care of my kids. My kids did not ask to be here in this life, in this world. And I said, okay. I look at them now and I'm like, you guys are good. Everybody's good. And now it's time to take care of Tamika. But I want to take care of Tamika out of inspiration and not desperation. Now, I want to provide a little bit more context for you. I recorded that video about 2 weeks before I was let go from my dream job. I was desperate to attain that particular goal, and I was desperate to hold on to it. The reason why I wanted to attain and hold on to that goal is to prove to the naysayers in every aspect of my life that I can do it. And I did do it. I got the job. I didn't hold on to it, but I definitely got it. And when I read that excerpt, goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation, it was like a light bulb turned on in my brain. And I said to myself, it's okay to let go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Now take a moment and ask yourself this question. Are there any type of goals within your life that you're holding on to that was created out of desperation? If so, you might want to reevaluate your decision and create a goal that inspires you. Because the truth is, sometimes clarity doesn't come when we reach the goal. It actually comes when you realize why you were chasing it in the first place. If this episode stirred something in you, sit with it. And you don't have to decide anything today. But I want you to notice whether what you're reaching for is fueled by desperation or by something that still feels alive inside of you. Thanks for taking that small step to hit play on this episode of Better Said Than Written. Until next time,
I'm Tamika Cody, and if you're wondering how to create goals and dreams that inspire you, think of it like this. Your goals and your dreams, it should feel like a calling rather than an obligation.